Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're gonna be looking at methods. We're gonna be checking out methods and what they are, how to call a method, and that kind of stuff. So let's get into it. I've already opened up the script from the previous tutorial, from the first one. If you haven't seen it, you could just go back to that one and see first and come to this one. What we're gonna do here, first of all, I'm gonna explain what a method is, what it does, then we're gonna get into the code real quick. So methods are where an action is, okay, and this is where the action is performed. So an example I can give of a method is this void start right here. All right, and the void update. These are methods from Unity's mono behavior. This is all part of Unity's scripting and whatnot. You could just check that out in the Unity docs. So these are the actions, okay, and this is where it'll be performed. So that's okay, but what else does it do? When we write code, right, we're making lines for the computer that it's going to execute one at a time. When the code is running, sometimes you want to execute something in your game, let's say 100 times, but you don't want to type it 100 times, right? That's just wrong. Like, who would type one statement over and over and over again? You want to make that easy. So what you do is, a method is more of a substitute as well. So you can write this block of code inside the method, and every time you want to add those two numbers in your game or those two variables, you just call that method and it will automatically run the code that's inside it. So there's no need to write hundreds of lines of code. Rather, just store the code in a method and call it whenever you need it. Alright, so if that's okay, we're gonna get into it now. I want this to be over real quick. So what we're gonna do is, we're just gonna edit this. I'm not gonna create a new script. I'm just gonna keep editing this one. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna go add one there, then I'm gonna go copy that, paste it there, then I could just call this my number 2, and we're gonna call this 19. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna remove all the code from our start method. We're not gonna be using this, since what we want is the code to be running. Alright, the code will be running maybe let's say 100 times during the game. You don't want it in the start method. You want it in the void update method, so that it keeps running, constantly updating every frame. Alright, so we're gonna use a little dot syntax, but don't worry about that, we'll explain it some other time. So we're gonna go if, alright, input dot why is looking good. We're gonna say okay, let's go with get key up. Then we're gonna say key code dot, this could be anything from this check your, alright, let's use the return instead. Return is just enter, right? So this could be anything from how you set it up in your input inside of Unity. And then now here's where the magic happens, okay? So check this out. We're gonna create a method, alright? So we're gonna go add two numbers, alright? Then we're gonna put 2 brackets, alright? And what these brackets are called, these are actually cubby holes. They hold the parameters of, like, they can hold parameters, alright? They're parentheses, whatever. And then now you can notice that this is, so we're obviously throwing an error because we haven't created the method yet, right? But this is where we're gonna be calling the method. So what we're gonna do now is, we're gonna go over here, alright, and then we're gonna create the method now, alright? So we're gonna go void add two numbers, cubby holes, don't forget those. Then we add our curly brackets, alright? So yeah, now we've got the method. You can see this is no longer red, meaning it's no longer throwing an error. And then now here is where we're gonna use a little dot syntax like we did in the previous episode. We had the debug.log. That's what we're going to do. But now this is where we're going to actually add our two variables, these two numbers. All right, the ones we're gonna keep calling back during runtime of our game. So we will go my number 1 plus my number 2, and presto changeo. You can save that, and let's wait for that to compile. Unity, it's compiling and compiling. Oops, sorry, my computer. I told you guys my computer's a bit slow, so on this one you're gonna bear with me for a couple weeks till I can get something better. Alright, so I hope you guys were clear on the variables and how we call them during the method, how we're using the method to call these two numbers. We're adding these two variables, but we're adding them inside this method and we're calling it here. Alright, so if we go back there and let's just press play. Hope we don't get any errors. Nah, I don't think we'll get any errors. So yeah, we don't have any errors, but this we didn't use like any print function or anything, but the code should be running just fine. I'll explain why there isn't anything in the console in the next episode. Right now I just wanted to introduce you to methods. So if you guys enjoyed this episode, please like, subscribe, dislike if you don't like it, but just give a brother some love, you know what I mean? Alright, see you in the next episode. If you have any trouble with the code or anything, you can hit me up, no pressure. I will respond to you as quickly as I can. Alright guys, thank you. The end. I'm out.